Hello, friends. Have you ever wondered what happens when the world's most ambitious private company finally goes public? Because if the rumors are true, SpaceX could be preparing for the largest IPO in modern financial history. And if that happens, millions of Americans could own SpaceX stock without even making the decision themselves. Not because they bought it, not because they researched it, but because their retirement funds could buy it for them.
Now, most people think of SpaceX as a rocket company, a company that launches satellites, sends astronauts into space, and dreams of colonizing Mars. But that's only part of the story. The reality is much more complicated. Today, SpaceX isn't just one business. It's multiple businesses operating under the same name. Some are highly profitable, some are very expensive. And all of this raises a crucial question. Is SpaceX really worth as much as investors think? Let's find out. When most people hear SpaceX, they think of rockets. The Falcon 9, the Dragon capsule, the massive Starship launches. And there's no doubt the company has transformed the aerospace industry. Reusable rockets have drastically reduced launch costs. NASA relies on SpaceX, the US government relies on SpaceX, and commercial satellite operators rely on SpaceX too. But here's the thing, the rocket business isn't the company's biggest moneymaker. In fact, the real power behind SpaceX is the thing circling above your head right now, Starlink. Thousands of satellites orbiting the Earth, providing internet service to customers in remote locations around the world.
What started as an ambitious experiment has become one of the fastest-growing telecommunications businesses in history. Millions of customers, millions of business users, airlines, shipping companies, government agencies, and every year that network generates more revenue, more profits, and more influence. For many investors, Starlink is the real reason SpaceX matters. Not Mars, not rockets, not science fiction. The internet. Lots of internet. But there's another side to the story. Rockets aren't cheap to build. Satellites aren't cheap to launch. Researching new technologies isn't cheap. And even though SpaceX has achieved remarkable things, growing at such a massive scale requires a lot of expenditure. Billions of dollars. Every year. This means investors aren't just betting on what SpaceX is today, they're betting on what SpaceX could become 10 years from now.
A global communications company, a defense contractor, a transportation company. Perhaps even the first to establish a permanent human presence outside Earth. It's an exciting vision, but it's also risky. Because history is littered with companies that seemed invincible until expectations clashed with reality. And this is where an IPO becomes crucial. When a private company goes public, something changes. The company is no longer judged solely by founders and venture capitalists. Now it's judged by the market. Every quarter, every earnings report, every growth target. When expectations aren't met, investors stop asking what the company could become and start asking what it's worth today. It's a very different conversation.
So is SpaceX worth hundreds of billions of dollars? Maybe. Could it become one of the most valuable companies in human history? Maybe. Could it revolutionize communications, transportation, and space exploration? Absolutely. But the most important thing is this. SpaceX's story isn't really about rockets. It's about the future. A future where the internet comes from space, where private companies play a bigger role than governments, and where the next trillion-dollar industry may be circling right above our heads. The question isn't whether SpaceX will change the world. The question is whether investors are willing to pay almost any price to be a part of that future. And if they are, then the largest IPO in history may just be the beginning. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe for more insights into business, technology, and the forces shaping the future. And don't forget to like the video. Friends, please let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching.